Good morning, my name's Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. I'm most active on Instagram. I must admit I haven't been too active this week. I don't know, there always seems to be something to do. I will put the link down as well to the new website. If you haven't been, go and have a look. There's a lot more things on now. Well, it's a mixed day with the weather today. It started off lovely and sunny, and the wind's up now, and the sun's there, but it keeps going dull every so often. And all this wind that's out there, I don't know what it's doing to the cats, but Charlie just has crazy moments. He's a complete nutter. It really is. Kevin's sort of working in the garden still, and he's dug out a bit of the ground in front of my craft room. Our garden is not level. I don't think it was ever level really. And obviously with the kids when they were little, excuse me, with swings, slides, sand pits, you name it, we ended up with lots of dips in the garden. And from obviously when my craft room was built, just outside, it's gone a bit lumpy. So we decided to level it off, hasn't they? Which is not a good idea when you've got cats, because he seeded it and it's just a big mud bath for them. They are in all the mud, sleeping in it, rolling in it. I don't know if I'm going to get any grass this year out there or not. I think the seeds will be all gone by the time we've done. But yeah, no matter where he's been digging, Elsa in particular has been in. I mean, we had the trench across the garden, put the water pipe in, and they were in that. And of course now it's topped it up and there's all seed on it, and Elsa's in that, I tell you. Considering she's a white cat, she's not white anymore, she's nearly black. I don't know. And Charlie's been in the polytunnel. I've only got a little polytunnel. I've got some, oh, what have I got? I've got one squash in and 2 courgette plants. And of course I didn't put anything on the end because I hadn't got anything at the time. And when he's in this skittish mood with all this wind, he's in and out of the little polytunnel, isn't he? So my plants are ruined, he's killed them. Oh dear, I don't know, he thinks it's fun. So I'm going to have to find something to put in there to stop him from getting in. I mean, the tomatoes are in, as I've shown you before in the garden. They're growing, they're alive, but they're not growing very fast. And there's a space right at the very back, and she squeezes herself in there to sunbathe. So I don't know. We're going to have to sort of put a netting fence around it to keep them out. Oh dear, I don't know. Well, I've been doing a bit of reading as well this week. Every evening when I've gone to bed, I've had a bit of a read. I think over the last fortnight since I started, I think it's a fortnight since I started my book, Cuckoo Cottage, and I finished it this morning, and it was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. The author was Heidi Swain, I think it was, and I know there's another couple of books out that she's done. There's a Christmas one, and there's a couple of others as far as I know, but I'm definitely going to have a look and see what else she's done. Have a look on Amazon. But I'm not buying any more at the minute because I've got a few on my Kindle to listen to, and I've still got some more of the charity shop books to read. But I think after what I've read, I mean, the Christmas Sisters one, I love that one, but the Heidi Swain one is really nice. I love her style of writing, and the story was lovely. It was engaging, and several evenings I read several chapters, 3 or 4 before I went to sleep because I couldn't put it down. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye open for them. What am I doing today? I don't think I'm going to be doing very much today in the way of crafting. I might get a little bit of time later, but it's work today. my view is going to be the computer, I think, for most of the day, because I am putting some items on my website. So depends when this vlog goes live. I don't know when it's going to go live, whether it'll be today or tomorrow, but whenever it does, they will be on there. And what I'm going to do is, instead of sitting here showing you what I've got, because obviously I've had a few little packages come this week and I have not shared it with anybody because I haven't really had time to do it. So that's what I'm doing today. So at the end of this vlog, what I'm going to do is just put a few pictures in of some of the new things I've got coming in. So we've got some storage boxes for embroidery threads, which I managed to get some for myself the other week, which finally arrived today. So I've been putting my embroidery threads in there. So it doesn't look like I've got a lot of threads now, because I mean, when they're in bags and they're in stuffed in drawers and that, you think, oh, I've got loads here. But when it's come down to it, I haven't got many threads. I thought I'd got a lot more. But I know I have got a box of threads at the shop. So I've got a box for Madeira. I've got a box for the anchor threads, and yeah, I've got a box for the anchor threads. There's only a few anchor, and then I've got ones that've got no names on, no numbers on. They're all in the same box, and I've got a box for DMC. I think I'll stick with DMC threads really, because I do like DMC. They are nice threads to work with. I know they're a little bit more expensive than anchor, but I've always liked DMC. I know everybody's got a preference, but I am going to get myself a conversion chart. So, you know, if I'm using anything that hasn't got a name on, or like Madeira threads when I'm doing some of the little projects, at least I can match it up with DMC. Because I think I used to stock in the shop DMC and anchor threads, which I sort of got rid of a lot of them few years ago, and I have been asked for some threads, and I sort of ummed and ahed whether to restock again, but I think I probably will. It'll be DMC though, because they are the nice ones. So yeah, so I will be sorting out what I've got in the shop, and as soon as I can I will be popping them on the website. What else have I got in? I've got some frames in. I've got some quilters clips in as well. I've got some nice little embroidery scissors, and the ones with the curve on as well. So I've got straight and curve, because that's what I use all the time. I know they're a little bit expensive, but I've had my Fiskars straight and curve scissors for... I bought them when I had my embroidery machine, and my embroidery machine will be 5 years old in September, October time, and they are still brilliant, and I do use them with the sewing machine now, so they are very good. Oh, and I've got some new circular needles coming in. Well, I've got the circular needles, but they will be going on the website. They are higher. I've been having a bit of a sort out in the shop to see what I've got and what I can actually put in the website or on the website, so that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to be pretty busy today, so I don't think there's going to be a lot happening in the way of crafting, but you never know. If I get a wiggle on, I might get a bit of crafting time later, because times are getting on. I have just finished listening to another book. This is the Lady Hardcastle mystery, and it's called In the Market for Murder. So that I've just finished, and I only started that the other day, so while I've been doing a lot of sewing, this has been keeping me company. Very good. I like Lady Hardcastle mysteries, so that's good. But that's on my Kindle, so I am looking forward to the next murder mystery. Not sure which one it's going to be yet. I need to make sure I get book 3 this time. Well, if you watched my last vlog, you'll have seen that our bee was put into a cross-stitch design. Well, Wednesday evening, I was sat stitching in the evening, and I just kept going and going. I didn't go to bed till about 2:30 in the morning. So I didn't want to put it down. And the bee was all done, and I made a start on the back stitch on the Wednesday evening, and it's lovely. It's turned out really well, and the colours are perfect. So we've, between Adele and myself, we've done a decent job with it. Oh, dear me. I think I'm going to have to have a cup of tea. I'm parched. The bee is not, it's not a massive bee. It probably stands about that high, maybe about that wide altogether. So I've been working on a 6-inch frame. So like I said, the bee's finished. If I remember, I will put a picture in of it here. And we are going to add something else in there. So there'll probably be a little saying that probably goes with our other bee stuff, and maybe some flowers or something. So I know Adele was working on that yesterday, apart from other things she's doing. So hopefully maybe this weekend that'll be finished, and then I can get stitching again. So I'll have something to show you for the next vlog, which is pretty exciting. Well, I'm having a work day down at the shop today, which is actually quite good because I'm actually getting a bit of work done. I needed to come and have a little bit of a tidy up because I've obviously been up and down and I've made a bit of a mess. So I've got my flask of tea and I'm doing a bit of sewing. I'm doing a few project bags because I've got loads of project bags cut out at home and just not sitting down and doing anything. So I thought, right, start and bring them down here, and I'm just going to do a bit at a time. So I've got my lunch, so I'm sorted for a little while. So I'm probably going to have another couple of hours down here, see what I can get done. Yeah, then I'll be going home and starting again. Well, it is Monday today. Had a bit of a rubbishy weekend, really. Tesco shopping on Saturday just got me this time. I felt terrible Saturday afternoon. I was really low. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I didn't feel like crafting because I know if I'm not feeling 100%, there's no point in me crafting because I make mistakes and it all goes wrong. So I thought I'd just sort out some pins and badges and get them onto cards and things. And I've got out a display rack that we used to have when we were at the shows for key rings and things. So I'm putting everything on the rack. Then I can actually bring it down here, sit it on a shelf and just put a cloth cover on it to keep it all clean. So that'll free up my drawer. So I was doing that. So I was being productive in a way. Anyhow, my mood lifted, I must admit. We had a little visitor on Saturday evening, actually. Now, last week, well, it's a cat. We've seen this cat on our street before now. I always used to think it was Elsa because when it comes running down the street, all you could see this white sort of fluffy face, and it was only when it turned that you realised it wasn't Elsa because you could see this bit flash of ginger. Anyhow, last week we were walking up the street and this little cat comes running across the road, having a bit of a meow, wanted a little bit of a fuss, and it just went off again. And Adele says, "It's a bit thin, that cat. Do you think it belongs to anybody?" And I said, "Well, I'm sure it must do because we've seen it before." That was it. So she's on a mission. She said, if I see it again, she said, I'm going to take it in. And I was like, you can't do that. Anyhow, Saturday evening, who turns up on our doorstep but this little cat? And oh my God, she brought it into the kitchen. I was in my craft room, so she phoned me up to tell me what she'd done. She said it must have been that desperate for human help that it come to us, and it was basically a bag of bones. It was absolutely starving. It was thirsty. It's just in a right mess. Its face were all full. Its eyes were like sunken in. Its fur was all horrible. And I thought, this can't be somebody's cat, surely. It's so neglected. Anyhow, we fed it. And it just wanted more and more food. So we thought, if it's that hungry, we'll just a little bit and often. And we did. And it actually stayed in our house overnight. It stayed in the front room. We put a litter tray out for it. A little bit of food and water. And it did nothing but drink. And you know, it was in a terrible state. So Adele stayed in the front room all night with it. And we thought, well, we'll take it to the vets Sunday. So of course, Kevin phoned up the vets, and it was Sunday. And automatically it's £100 fee before you get seen. Now, we went through all this with Tabby. This is why we went into 4 figures with Tabby for that week, because we had 2 out of our sessions and it cost us getting on for £1,000. So it's like, oh right, okay. But they said, as you think it's a stray and it's neglected, go through the RSPCA and they will pay part of the fee. So obviously Adele phoned them up and told them what, and so they were going to pay, I think that out of the £100 they were going to pay £60. So off to the vets they went, and they examined this cat, said it was in a bad way, didn't think it would survive, but it could do with blood treatments, and they were going to get on to the RSPCA to see if they would pay towards it. But after that, I mean, she said, we'll let you know what happened. It turned out that the cat was chipped, and it actually belonged to somebody further down our street. So, I mean, I was absolutely appalled at the state of this poor cat, and it belonged to somebody. So that was sort of basically our involvement finished with. But they did say that the cat had got scarring in its throat. So it's probably eaten or drank something that it shouldn't have done, but it needed investigating. So we don't actually know what's happened to it, whether it died, had it put down, or they managed to do anything to save it, like. So which is sad. So Adele was not very happy, obviously, that it belonged to somebody and they'd neglected it. So I don't know. So now that's it. Now we're never going to find out what's happened to it. But obviously, if it got treated and it's all well, I'm sure we'll see it out and about again soon, which will be nice. It'll be nice to see it, but it's such a shame. And it was a lovely little thing as well. So yeah, so that was our weekend really. So as I say, yes, it's Monday. I'm down at the shop doing a bit of sewing, having a cup of tea. That's about it, I think, for today. Oh, and we have no internet. We're with Virgin Media, and the internet is broken again. It turns out that they've got a power cut. This is the second time this month, no, since we've been in lockdown type of thing, that we've lost internet for a day. So I don't know when this video will get uploaded, I'm sure. I nearly forgot. The only good thing that came out of going to Tesco on Saturday was that I got a nice jug for my flowers. Whether it's for fresh flowers or just artificial ones, it doesn't matter, but it's really nice. And I think it must have been half price. I think I only paid £6 for it. So I will pop a picture in when I can. And the other thing is, today I received a book in the post from a good Instagram friend, Emma. So Emma, if you're watching, hi, and thank you for the book. I am looking forward to reading it, and I'm going to look out for some books for you. I think when I finish reading the book that I'm on now, is it Cherry Tree Cafe? Might be. It's the start of the series. The one I read, Cuckoo Cottage, it's the book before that, so I'm reading in the wrong order. But luckily, one of my charity shop finds was that book, so really enjoying it. I've got a fair way through it already. So Emma, when I finished it, I think you'll enjoy it. I am going to pop it in the box and I will let you know when I'm going to post it out, but I'll put some nice books in. So thank you again anyhow, Emma. I'm looking forward to reading it. Well, it was a funny day yesterday. We had no internet. We're on Virgin Media, and I think somebody cut into the cable, so we got no internet, nothing. My phone wasn't really working, so I was really playing up. So it was a weird day, not being able to go online, not being able to do any work on the website, nothing. So anyhow, this morning I have been doing a little work, just a little bit of work on the website. Excuse me. I have put some yarn on in the special offer section. It's some Stylecraft DK, and there's 10 balls, and it's £15, and you get free postage. So I will put some pictures in of the 3 different sort of packs that I've got, and I think I've got 3 of each pack, 3 of each colourway. Yes, so I've made a start on putting some things in this special offer section. So if you want to take a look, please do. You know, I'm only posting to the UK for these though, I'm afraid, because I think it'll probably cost a little bit much to post overseas, and I think some countries are still not accepting international mail at the moment. Well, as you can see, I'm sat in my craft room now, and it's time to do a bit of sewing, so I'm really looking forward to this. I need to put the finishing touches to my bee boxes. They are nearly done, so hopefully I should be done by the weekend, I think. Just it depends what comes along and stops me from doing things. But yes, so I'm going to have an afternoon of doing a bit of crafting. So I'll see you later. Well, I've had a pleasant afternoon. I've been doing a bit of sewing for the bee boxes, and I've been doing a little bit of hand sewing as well, which I'm not going to share that with you at the minute, because I want to wait until I finished it, and then I can show you. I've also been doing a few stitch markers up for the website. I've got some little bulb stitch markers. They're already on my website, which I will pop the link down below. And these are all cat themed. Now, there we go. So, as a bulb there, a house with a cat on a white cat, a cat's face, and a little pink cat. So they are all on my website, and I've got a few more that I'm doing. I've got the little cat face as an individual one, and I've got one of our acrylic ones, which I've totally forgotten about these. They're all just sat in my drawer, but that is Yarn is Life. And I've also got a tinier version of that as well. So hopefully all of these will be on the website Friday evening. Little shop update. So I'd just like to say thank you for joining me, and I hope everybody's well and staying safe, and of course keeping busy. And I will see you again soon. So bye for now.